morning, everyone. Before we begin, may I please ask you all to silence your phones? Good morning, dear guests, friends of Unicaf University, and dear viewers. I am Bingu International Business Development and Marketing Manager for the university and Master of Ceremonies for today's event. I welcome you all to the Unicaf University graduation ceremony. Today is an exciting day for our students, their families, and our academics, because it celebrates the accomplishments of the third cohort of students to graduate from Unicaf University. The graduation ceremonies in 2020 and 2021 had to be held online because of the measures of the COVID-19 pandemic, which were enforced in our country and other parts of the world. Today, we are able to hold a physical graduation ceremony, and we are honored to be joined by graduates from the classes of 2020 and 2021. Thanks to Unicaf's heavy investment in cutting-edge technological infrastructure, we were able to offer online, international quality higher education in spite of and throughout lockdowns and other measures of the pandemic. Our students could relax and concentrate on their studies, knowing that they would be able to continue without interruptions until they graduate. Many of our graduates present here today have traveled from different cities and different countries in order to celebrate their achievement with us and their loved ones. This is truly a multicultural, international gathering of brilliant minds. May I please ask the beadle to stop, as I have not asked the procession to come in yet. Let me now highlight today's events for you. After the arrival of dignitaries and guests, the graduates of 2020 and 2021 and the graduands of 2022 will enter as a procession into the hall, led by our ambassador and MBA student, Faith Mussa. The academic procession will then enter the hall, and this will be followed by the Chancellor's procession, with leading dignitaries. You will be asked to stand for the Chancellor's procession. The national anthem will then be played. After the national anthem, a spiritual prayer will be offered. The university's Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Robert Ridley, will then deliver his welcome address, and the Chancellor, Professor Joseph Kutembomwale, will officially open the graduation ceremony. We will then have speeches from the Vice-Chancellor of Unicaf University internationally, Dr. Kevin Andrews, representatives of our graduates and graduands, including our first ever doctoral graduate, culminating with the address by our guest of honor, the Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nalunje. After the speeches, the graduating students will be presented to the Chancellor for the conferment of degrees. After the conferment of the degrees, the Chancellor will formally close the graduation ceremony. The national anthem will be played, and the Chancellor's procession with our leading dignitaries will depart. We will then move on to some post-ceremony celebrations and entertainment before the graduate reception. This will start with a fantastic music show by popular artist, Unicaf University ambassador, and student Faith Mussa. We sincerely hope you will enjoy today's event. Proceedings will now commence with the arrival of the graduands, led into the hall by Unicaf University ambassador and student Faith Mussa to the sound of the Unicaf song.
There is so much you can learn. There is so much you must know. Only if you open up your heart and take a step, we're here for you. From anywhere in Africa, no matter where you're from, we teach you all. Unicaf, you can be anything. If you open up your heart and take a step, you can soar higher than the birds in the air. Unicaf now is the hand you need. Guarantee we can help you with all your fees. It's time to elevate, don't hesitate. Soar higher with us so you can be great. One dream. All you need is one goal. All you need is one click. Unicaf can make every dream come true. Yeah. No dreams too big. No dream not too small. Take the first step to success. Oh yeah. 'Cause Unicaf is here. Unicaf is here. Unicaf is here. Unicaf is here. There is so much you can learn. There is so much you must know. Only if you open up your heart and take a step, we're here for you. From anywhere in Africa, Africa, Africa.
Doesn't matter where you're from.
We teach you all the best you need. With ease you can afford. Yeah.
Unicaf is the hand you need to help you with the fees. Why wait when you can now take off? Fly higher with us all.
One goal, one dream. With Unicaf, you can be anything. If you open up your heart and take a step, you can soar higher than the birds in the air. Unicaf now is the hand you need. Guarantee we can help you with all your fees. It's time to elevate, don't hesitate. Soar higher with us so you can be great. One dream. All you need is one goal. All you need is one click. Unicaf can make every dream come true. Yeah. No dreams too big. No dream not too small. Take the first step to success. Oh yeah. 'Cause Unicaf is here. 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 There is so much you can learn. There is so much you must know. Only if you open up your heart and take a step, we're here for you. From anywhere in Africa, Africa, Africa.
Doesn't matter where you're from.
We teach you all the best you need. With ease you can afford. Yeah.
Unicaf is the hand you need to help you with the fees. Why wait when you can now take off? Fly higher with us all.
One goal, one dream. With Unicaf, you can be anything. If you open up your heart and take a step, you can soar higher than the birds in the air. Unicaf now is the hand you need. Guarantee we can help you with all your fees. It's time to elevate, don't hesitate. Soar higher with us so you can be great. One dream. All you need is one goal. All you need is one click. Unicaf can make every dream come true. Yeah. No dreams too big. slow. Only if you open up your heart and take a step. We're here for you. From anywhere in Africa.
Doesn't matter where you're from.
We teach you all the best you need. With easy kind of fun.
Unicaf is the hand you need to help you with the fees. Why wait when you can now take off? Fly higher with us all.
One goal, one dream. With Unicaf, you can be anything. If you open up your heart and take a step, you can soar higher than the birds in the air. Unicaf now is the hand you need. Guarantee we can help you with all your fees. It's time to elevate, don't hesitate. Soar higher with us so you can be great. Unicaf can make every dream come true. Yeah. No dreams too big. No dream up too small. Take the first step to success. Oh yeah. 'Cause Unicaf is here. Unicaf is here.
May we all sit for our speech by Faith Mussa.
Thank you very much. Dear graduates, dear students, dear guests, good morning to you all on this wonderful day of celebration. I am overjoyed to have been selected to lead all of our graduates present today in this hall to participate in one of the most important occasions of their life, the award of their hard-earned degrees. I think we can give them a hand, right? Dear graduates, all the hard work you have been putting in throughout your studies, and the majority of you having to handle professional and family commitments, is now coming to a successful completion. And what I can say is well done to you all. As the ambassador for Unicaf University, Malawi, and a proud MBA student, I am honored to be addressing the third graduation ceremony of one of the finest nationally and internationally recognized universities in the world. I would like to share with you a few things about my career and my life. As most of you may be aware, I'm a singer, songwriter, and guitarist. And I'm touring the whole world, having gigs in so many countries. I've always strived to hit the next achievement in my career. And I'm always in constant search for effective ways to promote my work. To achieve this, I recognized earlier on that I needed specialist knowledge, which had to be convenient, flexible, to suit my busy music career. And it had to come from an internationally recognized university, considering the countries that I always go to. This is how I found myself at Unicaf University. The benefits so far have by far exceeded my expectations. I'm able to study in any country that I've gone to at any time, convenient to me, thanks to the internet. And another big plus has been the networking that I have been exposed to with people all over the world, helping me to expose my work and getting new and better work opportunities. To you all watching this graduation ceremony on TV, maybe on the social media page, I have one piece of advice to give you this morning. Check out Unicaf University today and start building the future that you've been dreaming of. I thank you for your attention and enjoy the ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Faith Mussa, for those inspiring words. We can now remain seated for the academic procession. Now follows the Chancellor's procession. May we all rise. Leading the procession is Unicaf University in Malawi Chief of Staff, Mr. Guy Banda, followed by the Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Professor Joseph Kutembwa Mwale. Behind him walks the guest of honor, the Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Lilongwe. Then the Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Robert Ridley. The Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University internationally, Dr. Kevin Andrews. The Vice Chair of the Local Advisory Board, Barbara Banda, and members of the Local Advisory Board, Dr. Matthews Ntumbuka and Dr. Rachel Sibande. We then have the Deputy Director of Higher Education, Dr. Valentino Zimpita, visiting Vice Chancellors, and closing the procession is the Dean of Education, Social Sciences and Technology, Dr. Steve Shara. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. I now call upon the Vice Chairperson of the Local Advisory Board, Mrs. Barbara Banda, to lead us in a spiritual prayer.
We gather here today, scattered across many countries, in fellowship, as members and friends of Unicaf University. We recognize that we meet both physically and virtually during difficult times, connected by modern technology, reaffirming the spiritual connectivity that binds us all as human. We pray that those graduating today use the platform of their graduation to realize their personal goals and the aspirations of their families, and that they utilize their learning for the benefit and service of all mankind. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mrs. Banda. I call upon the Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Robert Ridley, to welcome you.
Our guest of honor, Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Lilongwe, Dr. Valentino Zimpita, Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Professor Joseph Kutembwa Mwale, Vice Chair of Unicaf University Local Advisory Board, and member of University Council in Malawi, Mrs. Barbara Banda, and all members of the Local Advisory Board here present. The Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University at international level, Dr. Kevin Andrews, fellow vice-chancellors and representatives from public and private universities here in Malawi, all staff and students of Unicaf University in Malawi, including our ambassador, Mr. Faith Mussa, distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, both here in Malawi and from outside Malawi, watching online. Last but not least, today's participants in this ceremony, both graduates from 2020 and 2021, who were not able to attend a physical ceremony due to COVID-19, and our graduands of 2022. Welcome. I wish to extend a warm welcome to all our guests, especially our Unicaf University students, staff, and their friends and families who are participating today in our third graduation ceremony, whether physically here in Lilongwe or virtually from across Africa and the rest of the world. Because of COVID-19, our first two ceremonies in 2020 and 2021 were held virtually, and it is especially pleasing today that we can meet some of our graduates and their guests in person at this special event, while still connecting virtually with the rest of the Unicaf family across the world. Dear graduates, this is a very special day for you, your families, and your friends. We recognize the sacrifices you and your families have made, and we hope this ceremony is a memorable occasion for you all. For those of you who have traveled from outside Malawi, we give a special welcome to the warm heart of Africa and hope you have time to experience more of Malawi's beauty and hospitality. In addition to our 2022 graduates, we also welcome those of you who graduated in 2020 and 2021 who are physically participating in today's event. This year marks several milestones for Unicaf University. Today, we celebrate our first ever doctoral graduate, Mr. Sam Kilimvi Aita from Uganda, gaining a doctorate in business administration. And we will hear from Mr. Aita later by video address. We have over 300 registered doctoral students ranging across business, finance, marketing, education, and information technology. And we therefore look forward to many more doctoral graduates in future years. We also celebrate our first French-speaking graduates, graduating in business administration, or in French, Administration des Affaires. We would like to further highlight that we now offer a number of programs internationally in both English and French. So to our French-speaking colleagues, bienvenue et félicitations à tous. Importantly, 7 more of our programs became accredited by Malawi's National Council for Higher Education since our last graduation. In addition, our institutional accreditation by the British Accreditation Council has been extended to 2025. This year, we graduate 154 students from 44 countries, bringing the total number of students graduated by Unicaf University in Malawi to a total of 728 graduates from 80 countries. That's 728 lives touched and improved through education. We thank all of you and your families and supporters for the trust and support you have given to Unicaf University. You put your trust in us as we seek to offer a new, flexible approach to education in Africa and globally, and to reach students who otherwise might fail to obtain a university education. Those of you who are graduating from our early cohorts are true pioneers. Unicaf University continues to seek to improve its approaches to teaching and learning, and we anticipate bringing new innovations to our online teaching in the coming years. We also seek to develop and grow the number of programs we offer and hope to bring new programs online in the coming year. Significantly, Unicaf University is striving to develop and grow in research, as well as in teaching. In 2021, our full-time staff and students published over 40 peer-reviewed papers. We continue to hold virtual annual research symposia and anticipate our research output will grow in the coming years, built around our large number of postgraduate students. And many of those students at master's level are here with us today. As we emerge from lockdowns and other restrictions due to COVID, we look forward to engaging once again in community outreach and service to our local communities, and facilitating student activities, both physical and virtual. To this year's graduates, we hope you enjoyed your experience with Unicaf and that you have benefited from your international interactions with our virtual learning environment, making many long-term friends, both among students and lecturers. We hope that all knowledge and skills that you have acquired during your studies will help you build a fantastic career in today's demanding world. Please stay in contact with your university and your fellow graduates, and let us know of your future successes as you use your learning in the service of your families, institutions, communities, and society. And also in these days of COVID, please continue to stay safe. Thank you all for your attention. I now hand you over to our Chancellor and founding Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwali, to formally open the proceedings of this ceremony. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Our guest of honor, the Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Lilongwe, ladies and gentlemen, and in the interest of time, may I say at the outset that all protocols observed, I will continue making the speech. It is a pleasure for me today to be here at this time of the third Unicaf University graduation ceremony, and to greet the graduates and their guests and all that are gathered here. I have had the privilege of being involved in the establishment of this university since its foundation in 2015. I have been seeing it grow from a small office of only 2 people, and today it is large, big, and mature. It is an international university that is granting bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, doctoral degrees from all people in Malawi, but also for people around the world. The online model of teaching that we employ at Unicaf University is the future of education in the world. It can be used to teach and reach out students who are working or are in situations where they cannot afford to undertake study at a distant campus. It can be used to connect the students with fellow students and also with lecturers from all over the world and also from over Malawi. At the same time, through our blended approach, we can provide support to students that need it to study at campus and benefit from the experiences of the lecturers, but also those that wish to enjoy and experience those. Our online approach has served us very, very well during the COVID pandemic period. We have not once had to stop our online teaching, and no student lost any time with their studies. We are proud to host this new and innovative approach to university teaching, which is in Malawi, and look forward to contributing to Malawians' national development, along with the African and global development through our students, our teachers, our programs, and our research. It is time now that I declare this ceremony open. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I declare this third graduation ceremony of Unicaf University in Malawi duly constituted, and a ceremony for the award of degrees. I thank you for your attention.
It is now time to hear from the Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University internationally, Dr. Kevin Andrews, who will give us his address.
Honourable Minister of Education, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor and staff of Unicaf University, graduates, graduands and students, friends, family and supporters, and in the interest of time, may I say, all protocols observed. 6 years ago to the day, in August 2016, I first travelled into the warm heart of Africa on a quest to help establish a new university, this university from which you will celebrate your graduation today. Unicaf University in Lilongwe is the inaugural node in a growing international network. Each university in that matrix is locally rooted and yet internationally connected through our rich virtual learning platform, and in sharing a commitment to our united mission and vision within our partnerships and collaborations at a local and global scale. We have come a long way in a relatively short time to prove ourselves as a vital and vibrant university community, fully accredited nationally and internationally recognized, now proudly listed in the International Association of Universities and UNESCO's World Higher Education Database of accredited institutions. The pandemic has meant that our first graduation ceremonies have been virtual, and we have all, like distant starship captains, been digitally teleporting into electronic celebrations. The same innovations that have allowed us to teach and study online have allowed us to celebrate online. But, as far as I know, no one has yet invented a decent virtual handshake, or perhaps now it's a post-COVID fist bump. Nor, as far as I am aware, has anyone developed a palatable e-cocktail. So I'm thrilled to be here in person to help celebrate with some of our pioneer graduates from 2020 and 2021, together with this year's graduands that will have their awards bestowed upon them later today in this wonderful event. This is our moment to celebrate your success. As true trailblazers, having dedicated as you have your most valuable resources, your time and your intellect, and entrusted Unicaf University with your investment to develop yourselves into graduates equipped with the knowledge and skills to pursue exciting careers, that will collectively contribute to the betterment of the global society. We have grown and worked together to build a 21st century institution set to lead the way in addressing complex and wicked problems. One such challenge is the well-known capacity chasm across Africa in accessing higher education generally and doctoral research education in particular. Our doctoral school now is one of the largest in Africa, with over 1,200 scholars working towards their doctorates with us. We have also set the benchmark for innovations in using data generated by candidates to better understand the ideal learner journey, and through the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning, offer proactive student support to ensure as many students as possible avoid obstacles and pitfalls on that journey so that they can achieve their full academic potential, stay the path, and continue their lifelong learning journey, and explore new and exciting pathways. The power of this model is such that the more data that enters into the data lake, the stronger becomes the algorithmic engine of the predictive modeling process, allowing it to generate automated guidance and signposts that effectively train all stakeholders contributing to the lake to be academically fitter and more successful. In sharing the connections of all our partnership institutions, we have data flows from many, many thousands of students. When I arrived in Lilongwe 6 years ago to assist in launching Unicaf University in Malawi, the virtual learning platform was populated by just 5,400 students. We had 123 employees, and there were 9 academic programs in our collective portfolio. Today, we have over 120 academic programs, over 1,000 employees, and over 60,000 students contributing to the data lake. I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for your contributions to that lake. You have earned a prestigious degree, but not only that, you have also helped to build the foundations of this university and the foundations of success of those that will follow in your digital footsteps. My heartfelt congratulations to you all on this double achievement that we celebrate here today. Do stay in touch with your university as a graduate and continue to contribute to the wider vision and mission of this trailblazing and remarkable institution. Dear graduates, graduands, colleagues, supporters and friends, our journey has only paused momentarily for this much welcome and well-deserved celebration. I look forward to the continuation of our journey together and to bumping many fists in the after party. Thank you.
The Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, and the staff of Unicaf University, fellow graduates and students, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Honorable Minister of Education, the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor and the staff of Unicaf University, fellow graduates and students, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. My name is Aitasa Mkilimvi. I offered the Doctorate of Business Administration in this prestigious Unicaf University. I feel honored and excited for this unique opportunity to address this convocation. Today's graduation ceremony marks an important milestone in my career and life. Honorable Minister, coming from a very humble background, to have finally reached this level of achievement is something that fills me with joy and pride. At the same time, I feel the need to express my gratitude to all those people who have made it possible for me. It has been my lifelong dream to earn a doctorate, and today my dream becomes a reality. I was born in a very remote part of Uganda where people lived a hand-to-mouth existence, and whole families would go to bed hungry on most nights. The fact, coupled with the high cost of education in Uganda, did not favor me to advance beyond the basic secondary education. However, by God's grace, I managed to get a job with the local government as a clerical officer, which was the first stepping stone to building my career. I started serving as much as I could to pay for my tuition, and I managed to earn certificates and diplomas, a bachelor degree, and finally, master's degree. I thought that this was the highest qualification I could ever achieve. But in my heart, I secretly hoped that I will be able one day to earn a doctorate. When I came across an online advertisement of Unicaf University announcing the admission of students to Doctorate of Business Administration program and offering generous scholarships to successful candidates, I knew this was my chance. Honorable, I visited the university's website and discovered that the campus in Malawi is accredited by the British Accreditation Council as a higher education provider, and that the degree programs are accredited by National Council of Higher Education. Honorable Minister, I applied without any hesitation, and I was accepted. The rest is history. I am so indebted to Unicaf University for giving me this opportunity. I was offered a very generous scholarship, which made my studies affordable, and in addition, I was offered flexible payment terms. Studying times were very flexible too. You can choose to study at home, at your own pace, in your own time, provided you complete your weekend assignments. This enabled me to pursue my PhD studies without interfering with my normal work schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, today I consider myself to be a living testament to the quality of online studies with Unicaf University. In my view, online study is much more convenient than on-campus study, even though it is more challenging. It helps you develop many different and valuable skills like good time management, strategic and creative thinking, learning and networking with fellow students of different nationalities and backgrounds across the world, and so much more. Online learning, ladies and gentlemen, allows you to keep your job and salary, stay at home and look after your family, and prepare yourself through new knowledge for the challenges faced by working people globally. You can have scheduled live interactions with your lecturers. You can access study materials and thousands of articles and books in an impressive e-library at any time of the day or night. You learn from the best in a multicultural and socially diverse environment. Ladies and gentlemen, all of these result in a better understanding of how economies and industries of the world operate today, while adding a valuable new qualification to your resume. I really extend my thanks to my doctorate from Unicaf University I am now a lecturer and the acting head of the Department of Business Administration and Management at Muni University, Faculty of Management Science in Uganda. I am also a tutor with the Unicaf University at the University of East London. In Uganda, some people see investment in education as a luxury. This definitely is not the case at Unicaf University. I joined this prestigious institution to learn and then offer my knowledge to the next generation, serving as a role model for younger professionals, motivating them to pursue their own dreams. And my biggest challenge at the beginning of the PhD program was improving my computer skills. The second challenge was internet connectivity. My country does not provide free internet services. Neither did the local government authority where I worked provide. I had to buy a modem and pay high internet costs. This, of course, was a sacrifice I had to make in order to achieve my dream. Ladies and gentlemen, the research for my thesis focused on corporate social responsibility practices in Uganda. The concept of corporate social responsibility in Africa from available literature was misconstrued, misunderstood as well, and therefore mislabeled. I have already published my work in a book titled Framework for Competitive Advantage for Businesses Using the Corporate Social Responsibility Model. This, I believe and hope, will go a long way in guiding businesses to reach greater heights while supporting the communities they operate in. My doctoral thesis have given me a valuable exposure to modern-day practices across the world. It has enhanced my self-confidence and changed me as a person on many different levels. I salute all the tutors and lecturers, the support staff, and administrators of Unicaf University. My special thanks go to Dr. Tripathi and Dr. Elena, who guided me through the dissertation process from part 1 to part 5, which took almost 3 years to complete. I also extend my gratitude to my family, friends, and fellow students. To God Almighty be the glory. Finally, I send words of encouragement and warm greetings to everyone watching this graduation ceremony today, who may be wondering whether they have enough funds, time, energy to go back to university and study for a doctorate. I say to you all, stop thinking about it and take the first step to register now. With the Unicaf University's great scholarships, the flexible, efficient online learning systems, you have all the help you need to earn the honor of being addressed as a doctor for the rest of your life. Thank you very much for your attention.
Honorable Minister of Education, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, and the staff of Unicaf University, fellow graduates and students, dear guests, all protocol observed. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, said our greatest leader, Nelson Mandela. And today is a great day of celebration for all of us. We did it. So let me take this opportunity to congratulate all of my fellow graduates, not forgetting the most valuable people in our lives, the ones who kept the lights on during our difficult times, our significant others, parents, families, and supporters. For some of us, it was our children who kept checking to see if we had done our homework. Speak of role reversal. But above all, it was the attention and guidance and help from our lecturers and tutors, which has contributed the most of our success. They are the reason we are graduating today. We salute them. Looking at us today, my mind travels back to the academic journey we conclude, and I think of the Bible, how the Israelites traveled to the promised land. I must say that Unicaf University has brought us to the promised land. Unicaf University has equipped us with cutting-edge knowledge and skills, and also allowed us to network with professionals from other countries and learn about different work processes and cultures. Above all, Unicaf University has opened up opportunities for us. I mean, who will ever think that a young woman from the dusty streets of Gaskukuni in Limpopo province and Soshanguve in Gauteng province, South Africa, will come this far? That she will be standing today before you to deliver a speech. On behalf of international master's degree graduates of Unicaf University for 2022. Graduating from Unicaf University has brought my dreams to life and will definitely enhance my professional capabilities, helping me thrive and excel in my medical career. Living in the most challenging times, when the world has forced to a standstill because of COVID-19 pandemic, we have witnessed most academic institutions and most organizations worldwide having to switch their operation online. Unicaf University was well prepared for this ahead of time. To us, students of Unicaf University, nothing changed with the pandemic. It was business as usual. Having received a generous scholarship which made my studies totally affordable, with easy partial payments of fees, and being able to complete my MBA degree online, enjoying the flexibility of studying anywhere and at any time that was convenient, enabled me to fit my studies around my busy schedules as a medical doctor, as a mother, and as a wife. It doesn't matter where you come from, it's where we are going that counts. In conclusion, our journey doesn't stop here today, because our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Education matters. So let us share our knowledge and skills with those who need them and spread the word about Unicaf University, a prestigious, internationally recognized university offering a very efficient online model, which is highly recommended throughout the world. I thank you, Zikomo. Ke a leboga.
Thank you, Dr. Marara. Finally, I call to the podium Davis Kabambe from Malawi, representing bachelor degree graduates.
Honorable Minister of Education, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, and staff of Unicaf University, fellow graduates and students, dear guests, all protocols observed. Good morning, everybody. My name is Davis Kabambe Jr., and I'll be speaking on behalf of my fellow bachelor graduates for Unicaf University, Malawi, 2022. First of all, I would like to thank the Almighty God for giving me the opportunity to study with Unicaf University. It hasn't been an easy journey, but I'm really grateful that at the end of it all, our hard work has produced results. I give thanks to my parents, lecturers, and friends for providing all the necessary resources that helped me reach this major milestone. Growing up, I have always wanted to study abroad. Tried my luck applying for different schools outside Malawi, but to no avail. I knew that would mean extra cost for traveling, food, accommodation, in addition to the actual food. Fees, yeah. But studying online at Unicaf University with Unicaf scholarship meant all these extra costs would be eliminated. So it was doable for me. Ladies and gentlemen, the degrees we will be awarded today will help open many doors for more opportunities, like favoring our studies, getting good jobs, advancing in our careers, and building better lives. Choosing Unicaf University was one of the best decisions I've ever made. The university is registered and accredited in Malawi by the National Council of Higher Education and recognized internationally by the British Council of Accreditation. This convinced me to join Unicaf University and become a Unicafian for life. The partial scholarship and the flexible payment plans made it very affordable, while the modular teaching system that is used allows students to focus on one specific subject and study that in depth before moving on to the next one. Thanks to this modular system, students can enroll whenever they are ready and at any time of the year. This is the beauty of Unicaf University. At first, I wasn't totally convinced about the effectiveness of online learning, but I quickly realized that it can, in fact, be more efficient than traditional on-campus study. Studying online for my BSc in computer science degree allowed me the freedom to do my research and write my assignments whenever and wherever I wanted, provided I had digital device and connection to the internet. During the difficult times of school closures due to the measures of the pandemic, Unicaf University students continued their studies without any difficulty. But the most important thing is that the quality of education we have received is top class and compares favorably with the level of education one receives in universities in Europe and the USA. Another plus of online learning with Unicaf University is the opportunity for international networking with students from different countries, cultures, and environments. With all of these benefits offered, I would definitely recommend anyone to apply for a place at Unicaf University. I know this will be the single most important step they will take into building their career. As for us, this year's graduates, I would like to congratulate us for our awesome achievement and remind us the wise words of Bill Gates. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kabambe. It is now my humble duty to call upon Dr. Valentino Zimpita, Deputy Director of Higher Education, representing the Secretary of Education, to introduce our guest of honor.
The guest of honor, Minister of Education, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, the Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwale, the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Robert Ridley, the Vice Chancellor, Unicaf International, Dr. Kevin Andrews. In a special way, allow me to recognize the presence of the Vice Chancellor for Lilongwe University of Agriculture, Professor Emmanuel Kaunda. I should also recognize the presence of the chairperson of the Association of Private Universities in Malawi, Professor Kamchacha. There are also a number of representatives of public and private universities. Allow me to recognize them as well. All members of staff for Unicaf University, students, members of press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My humble task this morning is very simple: to invite you, Honorable Minister, to address the congregation. But maybe before I do so, allow me to say a word or two. First, I thought it's very important that we welcome you to this auspicious occasion when Unicaf is graduating its students. In addition, I thought it's also very important, Honorable Minister, to take this opportunity to thank you for gracing the occasion. While it's your work to attend such functions, Honorable Minister, I would want to take recognition of the fact that your schedule this week is very tight. JC exams are in progress, Parliament is in progress, and you're coming here possibly is an indication of the priority you attach to higher education. It's something that we can't take for granted. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. The other thing, Honorable Minister, if you would allow me, is to make a mention that your ministry is working in close collaboration with all universities, public and private. Previously, private universities used to complain quite a lot. Possibly they looked at themselves as orphans because we didn't have close collaboration. But I wanted to assure you, Honorable Minister, that this time around your ministry is working in close collaboration with private universities. Every time they have functions, they will invite us. We are always there. When we are doing monitoring of universities, we are always there. So this collaboration, I think, is very healthy and possibly will assist us to offer higher education to the masses, which public universities on their own cannot manage. Honorable Minister, I thought I could make a mention of that one and assure the universities that your ministry is available anytime they have issues. They can always get in touch with us. With these few remarks, Honorable Minister, it's my singular honor to invite you to address the congregation. Honorable Minister, thank you very much.
The Deputy Director of Higher Education at the Ministry of Education, Dr. Valentino Zimpita, the Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Professor Joseph Kutemba Mwale, the Vice Chairperson of Unicaf University Local Advisory Board and member of Unicaf University Council in Malawi, Ms. Barbara Banda, and all members of the Local Advisory Board present here, the Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Robert Ridley, the Vice Chancellor of Unicaf University International Level, Dr. Kevin Andrews, all the Vice Chancellor of Luana, and all academia, both private and public, present this morning, all members of staff and students of Unicaf University in Malawi, members of the press, Unicaf University graduates of 2020 and 2021 here present, and all 2022 graduates for whom we're here this morning. And in a special way, allow me to salute the three representatives of the students that have spoken so movingly this morning. Davis Kabambi, from the warm heart of Africa, representing the bachelor's graduates, Dr. Moshala, all the way from Limpopo, speaking with passion about the value of education, but in particular about the value of education that gives space to mothers, that gives space to women, that gives space to working people, that gives space to those who never thought they could afford an education. And last but not least, Sam Atia, all the way from Uganda, a trailblazer, PhD student, representing the horizons that our universities are scaling. I salute you in a special way. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I believe it is still good morning. It is a pleasure to be here this morning as guest of honor for this third graduation ceremony of Unicaf University in Malawi. All of us gathered here in Lilongwe and across Malawi, as well as across Africa, and indeed across the rest of the world, to witness the awards given to our distinguished graduates, should be proud of their accomplishments, which have been achieved with individual hard work and the support from lecturers, families, and friends. The Chancellor, graduates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, knowledge is both local and global. This is evident in today's interconnected world where online communication and online teaching and learning are becoming more and more prevalent globally. It is especially important that we across Africa engage in online teaching and learning if we are to join and compete with the rest of the world in benefiting from the fruits of the fourth industrial revolution and its associated technologies. The Chancellor, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, my ministry, in line with the Africa Union's Agenda 2063 and also in line with our own national vision, the Malawi 2063, is increasingly working towards development of open distance and e-learning and its associated connection with science, technology, and innovation. Both are crucial components of our education system as we attempt to provide education to all our youth in this country, a country that's predominantly youth. As we strive to produce the human resources that Malawi needs to get to 2063, and indeed before that, to achieve a lower middle income status by 2030, it is becoming increasingly important that we as a ministry and we as a country embrace online learning and make sure that we provide a platform of blended education for all our young people in this country and beyond. As a Minister of Education, especially as a Minister of Education in Africa, the main value I see in online education and more broadly in open distance and e-learning is its doorway to increased access, access to knowledge by our citizens. This, of course, requires adequate infrastructure, such as access to electricity for our schools and access to internet, as well as access to devices, digital devices, for all our children, both at basic level and secondary level, and indeed at higher education level, not forgetting the technical level. The Chancellor, graduates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as well as enhancing access, including in emergency situations such as we experienced in the recent COVID-19 pandemic and the climate change-induced disasters such as we experienced this year, 2 disasters this year alone, Cyclone Anna and Cyclone Gombe. We must continually pay attention to improving the quality of the education we give to our learners. We are in a globally competitive era in which we should strive to make sure that our education meets the international standards so that our graduates are recognized the world over. In this regard, we must continue to support our national accreditation bodies, such as the National Council for Higher Education here in Malawi, to ensure this quality is achieved. And my ministry is definitely making sure that we do everything possible to ensure that we safeguard and continue to improve the quality of the education we offer, even as we expand access to education. The Chancellor, graduates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the youth of today are very adept at using the internet and social media once they're given a chance to access it. I understand that Unicaf University system operates in a way that mirrors social media use, with the virtual classrooms acting as online discussion groups between students and lecturers, and that having the teaching materials available online allows for easy access to knowledge and for appropriate guidance to students by their lecturers. We, as Ministry of Education, believe this is very important because opening up education and providing online education should not be an excuse for taking our eyes off the very crucial regulatory role that my ministry plays and must play in order to ensure that we all produce quality graduates. I'm also informed that the online education system, that is Unicaf online education system, allows for high quality assurance of the teaching and learning processes, as the level of engagement between the lecturers and the students can be monitored, and facilitating better time management and the meeting of assignment deadlines and the marking deadlines as well by both students and lecturers. I appreciate that many of the graduates here today celebrating their degrees managed the degree programs while holding down regular jobs, as we heard from our good doctor from Limpopo. As we appreciate the flexibility of the online system to facilitate this, I want to also recognize the tremendous self-discipline and commitment required of you as students to complete your studies successfully. The Chancellor, graduates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is especially pleasing for me to note that since 2019, Unicaf University here in Malawi has been offering full scholarships as prizes to outstanding Malawian teachers as part of our World Teachers' Day celebrations. As some of you may know, my ministry on World Teachers' Day awards the best performing teachers from across the country. Today, we are graduating 2 of these teachers who are both head teachers at 2 of our schools. They are graduating. Yes, they are graduating with a master's degree, and allow me to mention them in particular because we are so very proud of their achievement. The first one is Mr. Ireland Newman Mtambo, and the second one, he is currently the head teacher of Chaminadi Secondary School, and Mr. Wilfred Louis Nyabwala, who is currently head teacher of Mulanje Secondary School. I want to particularly appreciate their efforts because as a ministry, we are planning to continually support our teachers wherever they are in Malawi to improve their qualifications, because we know that without the teacher being able to improve themselves, we cannot improve education in this country. So not only are we planning to look more closely at how we can celebrate our teachers wherever they are, day in, day out, we are also planning to make sure that as time goes, the lowest qualification for our teachers should be a diploma. We are aiming for degrees, but diplomas will do just fine for now. But as we go ahead, we want to have degrees for all our teachers. Of course, it's work in progress, but I'm very happy that these 2 teachers today have demonstrated that it is possible to do it. Congratulations. I would like to offer special congratulations to these 2 yes, but also to all the graduates of today. And I wish you all every success for the future. I also wish to commend Unicaf University for the increased choice that it offers our citizens to access higher education in this country. Because I believe that through the portal here in Malawi, it's only a matter of time before our students here in Malawi are able to access Unicaf University from all their other universities globally. In conclusion, I would like to remind all graduates that while celebrating and recognizing your achievements, remember that you are part of a very privileged group across Africa to have accessed education university. For example, here in Malawi, you are now joining the privileged few, very privileged few, because as you may know, our university intake is less than 1%. So a very privileged group indeed. And across Africa, the average intake for universities is about 10%. So you are a rare breed, very rare. Such a privilege brings with it responsibility to use your learning to serve and develop the countries and peoples of Africa. I'm quite sure that you will rise to this challenge. Meanwhile, enjoy your day of celebration with your families, your spouses, and friends, and indeed, your children, where the case may be. For those of you coming from outside Malawi, we hope that you have a pleasant stay and find time to appreciate the wonderful attractions that our beautiful Malawi, the warm heart of Africa, has to offer. We have beautiful mountains, and we have, I think is it the biggest freshwater lake in Malawi? Please take time to enjoy it if you can. We look forward to seeing you here again soon. And once again, allow me to thank all of you for coming to this graduation, and allow me to thank you for listening. Thank you so much.
We thank you, Honorable Minister, for your presence and your inspirational speech. And now we have finally come to the moment we have all been waiting for. I call upon the Dean of Education, Social Science, and Technology of Unicaf University in Malawi, Dr. Steve Shara, to present the past graduates of 2020 and 2021 who obtained their degrees virtually, to be recognized in person by the Chancellor, and to present the graduands of 2022.
Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present several groups of candidates to you. First, for recognition of previous awards granted in 2020 and 2021, and secondly, for the conferment of academic awards for 2022. I present the group of candidates that are being recognized for their awards granted at the first virtual graduation ceremony in 2020. The following received a Master of Science in Organizational Psychology with a pass grade. Francis Waliwa. Patricia Ntungila. Richard Kapanda. Tamara Hana Ntua. The following received a Master of Business Administration with a pass. Austin Gomani. Benjamin Chinoko. Blessings Richard Pariwa. Charity Golombe Solomon. Christine Edith Makamo. Kabile Takondwa Chilongozi. Daniel Baxter John Makata. Derek Manda. Joseph Ninganga. Fanuel Harrison Kuluza. Flyness Chirwa Kajani. Geoffrey Mulatinyu Onsewa. Gideon Willie Nkwaranya. Glins Grant Rasto Nkandawire. Grace Liabunya. Precious Brightson Ndalama. Isaac Moses K. Mwangomba. Johnston Junior Livata. Penny Kangwa, who has traveled from Zambia. Kondwani Abna Kumwenda. Lazarus Jephthah Chataika. Linda Upindi Kwenda. Marco Moses Jeke. Mary Gwaza Mwase. Messi Chilungamo Faison Chando. Kandiwe Hope Zulu. Tokozile Kwenda. The following received a Master of Business Administration with a credit. Daniel Deng Deng, who has traveled from South Sudan. Leo Lusayo Kasote. Mark Nelson Chimdozi. Mayanko Chunga Dana. Mwawiwawo Martha Kalolokesia. Neva Ronald Nayeja. Robert Nkosi. Sophie Sikwese. Taonga Mhango. Wilfred Frank Nawani. Yusuf Abdallah Mdala. The following received a Master of Arts in Education with a pass. Christian Ben Chete. Edwin Anyonyi Kubai, who has traveled from Kenya. Linneo Elika Moletane, who has traveled from Lesotho. Lumbani Martha Msisha. Noel Nguluwe. Owen Wiske Kazembe. Sylvester Kawala. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now present to you the candidates being recognized for their awards granted at the second virtual graduation ceremony in 2021. The following received a Master of Science in Organizational Psychology with a pass grade. Edson Brightson Ndalama. Joseph Jonathan Mwanza. Kenneth Muma. Robert Masautso Chisale. The following received a Master of Business Administration with a pass. Andrew Bernard Matambo. Gabilas Chiembekezo Ndalama. Banele Bekinkosi Ngobe, who has traveled from Eswatini. Barnett Rogers Chirwa. Chadwick Bogomba Otachi. Christopher Lipikwe. Clement Malemia. Davis Ebo Kankwamba. Edson Hare Zaniku. Effie Tadala Lekera. Enoch Kupita Foster. Felix Kennedy Chiunjiza. Harriet Jean Kandulu. Heatherwick McNeil Dumakude. Jane Mukwaila, who has traveled from Zambia. Jean Yiwombe. Kuala Boteng Aniki Moheala, who has traveled from South Africa. Lillian Mary Sisha. Lucia Chaima Gongolo. Mary Zulu Matia. Mavis Lita. Meneses Roberto, who has traveled from Mozambique. Moses Silanda from Zambia. Nunkhadala Dumling Kachole. Nyozani Merchant Chindevu. Pius Gideon Vuemu. Ruth Takondwa Kaunda. Simon Simkoko. Sydney Nkwazi. Upile Joseph Ziwawo. Yamikani Harrison Kwatiwani. Monsignor Zio, who has traveled from South Africa. Blessings Haliwa. The following received a Master of Business Administration with a credit. Chitowero Nyondo. Edwin Henry Malua. Taonazino Desiderio Ngutwa. The following received a Master of Arts in Education with a pass. Anthony Marcus Camillo. Fraction, Fashion, Tambala. Pane Tadala Manguiro. Matthias Zibelu Nkoma. The following received a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration with a pass. Blessings Moyo. Dela Nomsa Timvere, Ellen Lisa Sajalunda Kalimbuka, Palis Kamanga, Towani Wiza Mkandawire. Mr. Chancellor, sir, that completes the presentation and recognition of graduates from 2020 and 2021. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present the following candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the award of degrees in 2022. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present a candidate to you for the award of Doctorate of Business Administration. Sam Kilimvi Aita.
I now ask the Chancellor, Professor Joseph Kutembwamwale, to confer the degree upon Mr. Aita.
By the authority vested in me, I hereby confer upon you, Sam Klimi Aita, the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Chancellor, and congratulations to Dr. Aita for his great achievement. I now ask Dr. Steve Shara to continue with the presentation of the other candidates for the 2022 awards.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present the candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the award of degree of Master of Science in Organizational Psychology with a pass. These candidates are mainly international and are being presented in absentia. Ahmed Mohamud Ahmed, Cheta Ikemsinachi Ogbuzuru, Cornelia Mpofu, Luke Semba Pandukani Banda. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present the candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the award of Master of Business Administration taken in the French language, namely for the award of Master en Administration des Affaires with a pass. The first candidate is here in person. Loris Rose Yanguo Epse Samo, who has traveled from Cameroon. Miki Mwana Bikiri, who has traveled from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The following candidates are presented in absentia. Ahmed Bobdala, Albert Thierry Pambo, Cedric Delille Ekenglo Ewonjo. Christian Stefan Seke. Dognon Matthias Faton. Euloge Lambert Jourdain Chuem. John B. Dukas. John Claude Kolela Kaila. John Claude Nkinda Nkinda. John Paul Chikind Kadang. Kamaria Badiro Epse Kwamina. Lambert Lopema Kalonji. Linné Francois Nsia Nsia. Lodi Aurelien. Lucie Nongo Biovogi. Mamadou Kabia Tiam. Max Zafisolo. Paul Pafei Nonyu. Philippe Mompole Mwawasa. Pichu Kivuya Nzovoli. Rochelle Jini Mbu Mwelasebo. Salah Abdallah Mahadi. Samantha Regine Nang. Chaco Didier Bonfils Sess. The following candidates are presented for the award of Master and Administration des Affaires with a credit. 2 are here in person. Bien Faith Kimpinde Mlibwa, who has traveled from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Gentil Kambale Kavusa, who has traveled from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Nicole Tumba Kanyinda Kabea, who has traveled from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The following candidates are presented to you in absentia. Abraham Kakuti, Angaman Ghislaine Herman Kasi, Bobkome Dechi Moise Boni, Chancel Mvoula, Danielle Lori Ngo Likeng Nsoa, Eugenie Tanya Betin Asoko, Francois Frank Kabenga Mukadi, Freddy Basea Mampasi, Gaspar Ndabazanie, Palma Duga Bakpatina Batako, Lisette Kohany Tongo, Mamonata Bationo Congo, Mohammed Farouk Orou Ghani, Nadia Eliakobi, Roland Bazabidila, Roland Adechina Oyedele, Romain Mohu Kembu, Sylvain Nzaba Kambuba, Wend Goody Antoine Tasembedo. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the award of Master of Business Administration taken in English with a pass. The following candidates are here in person. Adams Tonix Kamoto, Alan Nyalo, Baxter Hara, Kenan Tindwa, Clement Chalera, Elvis Wilson Njoka Jr., Esther Kondowe, Felix Beton Samaria, Francisco Silence Zimba, Ganizani Paul, Godfrey Gonondo, Gomeziani Msisha, Grace Ngalu, Haswell Sokoloku, Jennifer Namarika, Jerome Lubabalo Jacobs, who has traveled from South Africa. Jewit Msonda, Joseph Chinkandwe, Joseph Jones Kandiesa, Joyce Nsisha, Judith Lumbe, Justin Miamen Zlan, who has traveled from Liberia. Kondwani Soko, Mailosi Nsiki Imozi, Melwana Zungu, Monson Nkululeko Zeyo, who has traveled from South Africa. Morton Gunsalu, Nionteze Rene, Patrick Agabu Mualo, Peter Atanasio Tembo, Rhoda Memory Masangalawe, Roland Moyo, Timothy Njewa, who has traveled from Zimbabwe. Towera Ngoma, Yewo Ntonga, David Brian Mwangi, who has traveled from Kenya. The following candidates are presented to you in absentia. Abdi Osman Dami, Amy Safula Fodey, Bate Eno Bisong Epese, Bea Telai, Chantel Abigail Henry, Daniel Muhammad, Eugene Mudiaga Okoro, Kaone Jane Sikantwa, Podiraone Banyana Sehoto, Houda Mesbahi, Jackson Solomon Kobwemi, Julia Kushemererwa, Kahiso Mosenki, Imesha Williams Smith, Olumuyiwa Aboaba, Oluwatosin Rebecca Adebayo, Robert Kofi Owusu, Samuel Adom Baidu, Sikanyiso Sengwayo, Stanislas Malaila, Tokozani Banda, Wilson Tarirei, Yugesh Nevin Chand. The following candidates are presented for the award of Master of Business Administration with a credit. 2 are here in person. Falo Jovu Nteo, Linda Hope Mwandira. The following candidates are presented to you in absentia: Lisa Marilyn Teresa Prescott, Priya Nath, Richard Chongo. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present the candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the award of Master of Arts in Education with a pass. The following candidates are here in person: Island Newman Ntambo, Messi Chiwaya Chinyamu, Tawina Florence Chiluzi, Wilfred Louis Nyapwala. The following candidates are presented to you in absentia: Denise Muhawenimana, Leolidas Karokora, Prabashni Naidu. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present the candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the award of Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration with a pass. The following candidates are here in person: Cecilia Kaseka, Derek Kachenjela, who has traveled from Zambia, Esther Chiwaula Chisindo, Gertrude Ninje, Tipatisiwe Nkomo, who has traveled from Zimbabwe. The following candidates are presented to you in absentia: Fei Bukola Ogundipe, Isaac Katuruza, Laban Moonde, Parerenyatwa Kennedy Ismail, Shawnee Howell. The following candidates are presented to you for the award of Bachelor of Business Administration with a credit. All are in absentia: Asante Sajiwa, Jasmine James, Jitendranath Sita, Kesang Ray Williamson, Ishana Venela Matthew, Webster Fungirai, Prabashni Naidu. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present the candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the award of Bachelor of Arts in Hospitality Management. Celes Chinghata. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I now have the honor to present the candidates to you who have been recommended by the faculty as having completed all appropriate academic requirements for the award of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science with a pass. Both are in absentia. Alex Beard, Joshua Tutu. The following candidates are presented for the award of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science with credit. The first candidate is here in person, Davis Kabambe. The following candidates are presented to you in absentia: Abraham Shawa, Chumari Munyinya, Masho Hombasha, Modu PM Jobe, Norman Lester Chilembwe, Paul Chifukwa. Mr. Chancellor, sir, this completes the presentation of all our candidates for the awarding of degrees. Thank you for your attention. Okay, this list has 3 names: Bachelor of Business Administration, Lillian Stathan, Dorothy Munkonja. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shar. I now ask the Chancellor, Professor Joseph Kutembwamale, to come to the podium to formally confer the degrees and close this congregation.
By the authority vested in me, I hereby confer upon, Let me make it now. By the authority vested in me, I hereby confer upon you all the degrees of Master of Science in Organizational Psychology, Master of Administration, Business Administration, Master of Arts in Education, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, Bachelor of Arts in Hospitality Management, and Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Now, it is my formal duty to close this event. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I now declare the 3rd graduation ceremony of Unicaf University, Malawi, concluded.
Thank you, Chancellor. May we all stand again for the national anthem. May we all remain standing. As the formal part of today's ceremony has ended, the Chancellor's procession will now leave the stage. Please remain standing as the Chancellor's procession and its dignitaries leave. We thank them for presiding over this wonderful ceremony and the awarding of degrees to our graduates. With the departure of the Chancellor's procession, that completes the formal part of the graduation ceremony. May we please have the academic procession also leave the hall. We will now have some post-ceremonial celebrations leading up to the cocktail reception for our graduates later. We may take our seats. The post-ceremonial entertainment will begin very shortly. But as we prepare the stage for that performance, we will watch a video about the journey to success of one of our MBA graduates, Langston Samara.
Hi, my name is Langston Samara. I am a proud MBA graduate of Unicaf University, and I work as a project management unit officer for International Conference Centre in Malawi. But life hasn't been always that good to me, and here is my story. I was born to a poor family in the Nenu district, southern Malawi. Poor houses, dirty roads, flooding in the rainy season. My village is remote and hard to reach. Growing up in Neno gave me little hope for the future. Most people there marry very young and have children, which they struggle to raise by working on the land as farmers. My father left us when I was little.
I followed my mom wherever she found work as a domestic helper. I had to change schools whenever she moved to a new job. My mom worked hard to support us and encouraged me to study hard to be able to find a good job, earn a good salary, and live a comfortable life. I was a top student in all the schools I went to, and I managed to excel in the final exams for the Malawi school certificate, getting the best overall grades in the country. I had big dreams to continue my studies at university, but no one in our family had ever managed to finish secondary school, let alone study at university. I am the only one in this big family who has managed to do it. To my relatives and friends back at the village, I'm a kind of hero and a role model for the younger generation. But it hasn't been easy. I was offered government sponsorship to study for a bachelor. I worked hard and made the dean's list, graduating with a first-class degree. This was only the first step. I started thinking about doing an MBA, which would qualify me to work in almost any type of organization. I started searching for scholarships, and one day I saw the advertisement about an MBA scholarship at Unicaf University. I applied, I was interviewed, and I was accepted. I was over the moon with joy. I believe in my dreams and nurture them until they become reality. I had no way of studying for an MBA, yet I came across the Unicaf scholarship at exactly the right time. During my MBA studies, I registered my own firm, Rural Wealth Research, hoping that one day I would be managing my own business, providing employment and income to others, and also helping my family. I am really grateful for the opportunity I was given to study for an MBA with Unicaf University, offering opportunities for international recognized degrees to eligible candidates who lack the financial means to study, can produce a new generation of professionals capable of tackling effectively the problems of our country, of Africa, and of the world. I have derived so many benefits from my MBA studies at Unicaf University. I joined the elite group of master's graduates. The competition for jobs requiring a master's degree is less intense compared to jobs requesting only a bachelor's degree. And employers trust master's degree holders to be able to lead operations in any organization. Studying for the MBA has improved my self-discipline and my respect for deadlines. It has also developed my communication skills and has taught me how to manage time, teams, projects, and finances successfully. I now feel confident about my strategic leadership skills. I know how to face challenges, how to accept responsibility, how to think creatively, and how to plan proactively. My MBA studies have developed my critical thinking and have taught me to look at an issue from many different angles and to wear different hats when solving problems, so that I can be objective and make the right decisions. Of course, the MBA also imparts the skills required to run your own business, which is my ultimate dream. At last, I can now take the lead in building my life, rather than hoping for things to happen. With the Unicaf MBA on my CV, I have achieved things which I never thought I could within a short period of time. From personal experience, I recommend working professionals and bachelor graduates to consider upgrading their qualifications with an MBA from Unicaf University. An MBA of international quality can help you develop crucial professional skills and prepare you for leadership roles in business, in industry, even in government. With Unicaf by your side, you can dream big and reach for the stars.
That was a truly inspirational story, one of many that has been experienced here at Unicaf University. While we continue to wait for the stage to be set, the Unicaf organization is preparing for its upcoming international conference in Dubai, which will take place in November 2022 and will be our first post-COVID conference. Let's watch now highlights from the previous Unicaf conferences held in London, United Kingdom in 2017, in Dubai, United Emirates in 2018, and in Cape Town, South Africa in 2019. And now we are ready to welcome onto stage popular artist Faith Mussa, Unicaf University ambassador and current MBA student, who will play some of his greatest hit songs. Please welcome Faith Mussa.
Thank you very much. And congratulations to our graduates. The first song that I'm going to give you is titled Waiting. I know you've been waiting for a long time for this day, and finally the day is here. I've Because I'm menya ben tungululu, I know tungululu. Hey. Ndikumva kakasu sovena bake kakasu. Hey, kamene. Nanga malikwero alimo muno malikwero alimo. Hey. chilichonse chomwe ndili nacho chachokera kwa inu. Kale ntchito yomwe ndikugwira ndimayamika inu. Kale nyimbo zomwe ndingayimbe ndimayimbira inu. Sukulu yonse yomwe ndaphunzira ndimayamika inu. Ine ndili desperate for your love, ndili desperate for your hand, ndili desperate for your touch, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate for your love, ndili desperate for your hand, ndili desperate for your touch, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Chilichonse chomwe ndidzachite ndidzatumikira inu. Mtima wanga thupi langa zonse ndidzatumikira inu. Kale nyimbo zomwe ndidzayimbe ndidzayimbira inu. Ndikufuna mbuye mukamandiona mudziko mwedolera. Ine ndili desperate for your love, ndili desperate for your hand, ndili desperate for your touch, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate for your love, ndili desperate for your hand, ndili desperate for your touch, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Chilichonse chomwe ndidzachite ndidzatumikira inu. Mtima wanga thupi langa zonse ndidzatumikira inu. Kale nyimbo zomwe ndidzayimbe ndidzayimbira inu. Ndikufuna mbuye mukamandiona mudziko mwedolera. Ine ndili desperate for your love, ndili desperate for your hand, ndili desperate for your touch, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate for your love, ndili desperate for your hand, ndili desperate for your touch, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Ine ndili desperate, ndili desperate, ndili desperate. Nthawi zonse ndimafuna ine chikondi chanu chinazula. Mukandiona ndikukwera phiri mukapemphera. Ndili desperate, ndikhale ndimayenda sindizowepa poti mbuye. Chipongwe chanu ndodo yanu zindisangalatsa.